Our parents were not able to give us everything that we wanted with money. Remember? Yes? There was always a little खींचतान at home. ये चाहिए, अभी नई दिवाली पे लेंगे, अगले साल लेंगे, अभी नया घर लिया है, अभी नई गाड़ी ली है. So much we had to think about money. Today's home people don't think about money. ये चाहिए ले लो, ये चाहिए ले लो, ये चाहिए ले लो. Then why were we happier and why are we talking about stress and depression? Which equation has gone wrong? Why? Because if we don't change the equation today, another 5 years later we would be talking another thing altogether. We will be saying depression is normal. Because we have to correct the equation. So earning, buying and giving everything that money can buy is perfectly fine. But remember, everything that money can buy can only give physical comfort. It cannot give happiness. Happiness is not physical comfort. Look at this chair which I'm sitting on. It's bigger than your chair. It's probably more expensive also. So does that mean I'm happier than you? Does that mean I'm happier than you? But that's how we are living life. We are thinking when we buy better and better and better, we will become happier. So we are going to market to buy happiness. And in the whole process, what we've done in the last 25-30 years is we've abused the planet. And the consequences of which now we have started seeing in a very big way, and we are going to see in a bigger way in the next few years. Because we had so much money, we could buy anything. And so we go to the market, we say, okay, what is the cost of this? This I can afford, this I can afford, this I can afford. Earlier, clothes had to tear for us to buy new clothes. Things had to break for us to buy new objects. Today, we don't have to wait till then. We buy because we are bored. Right or no? बोर हो गया ये कपड़े पहन के, बोर हो गया यही फर्नीचर, बोर हो गया यही कर्टन देखकर. बोर इतनी जल्दी होते हैं, बोर हो जाते हैं. सो क्योंकि हम बोर हो गए, सो आई एम बाइंग टू एक्चुअली स्टिमुलेट माई माइंड. आई एम नॉट बाइंग द ड्रेस टू कवर माई बॉडी एनी मोर. आई एम बाइंग फॉर टू थिंग्स. आई एम बाइंग टू ईदर स्टिमुलेट माई माइंड और आई एम बाइंग टू गेट अप्रिसिएशन फ्रॉम एवरीबडी. मुझे बोलो अच्छा. Because what if I wear the same dress and go in tomorrow's function? लोग क्या बोलेंगे? वही कपड़ा पहना, वही साड़ी, वही ये. So there again I want appreciation. I want the world to say I'm good. And because of that, we have exploited the resources of the planet. So a lot of exploitation has happened after we started earning a lot of money. So first we exploited it in the way we wanted to earn money, and then after we earned the money, we again exploited it because we had a lot of money to buy everything. So first and foremost, let's shift to a life of simplicity if we want to contribute saving the world. You want to save the planet? Otherwise you need to go online and read what the scientific community is saying, not for 100 years later, but for within the next 20 years, which means within our lifetime. We will need to shift to a life of simplicity. And that will only happen when I'm able to create contentment and I don't go to buy for happiness, I go to buy only for necessity. ये टूट गया, अभी नया चाहिए, फाइन. ये फट गया, पुराना हो गया, नया चाहिए, फाइन. बोर हो गया इसलिए नया चाहिए, तो बोर का तो कोई लिमिट ही नहीं है. एंड जितना जल्दी हम बोर होते हैं, हमारे बच्चे तो उससे बहुत जल्दी बोर हो रहे हैं. So their stimulus they need faster now, everything new, because their mind is totally dependent now on the outer world. We have at least grown up emotionally stronger. For them, every day something new they need. And that's why let's stop using the power of money to achieve and let's start using the power of money to give to the world. Because in giving is contentment. In acquiring is only hollowness, because it is a never-ending desire. It is like an addiction. Any addiction doesn't remain at the dose which it used to be, because after some time that dose does not give you that high feeling, so you have to go on increasing that dose. So can we start taking care of our lifestyle to first give to the planet? Yes? Yes? So the next time I go to buy something and you look at the price tag, don't say, can I afford this, can I not afford this? Because you'll be able to afford most of the things. But just say, can the planet afford this, and then buy it. And probably you'll return home that day without buying anything. Go back home and see your cupboard. There's no place to keep clothes. Everyone keeps complaining, cupboard mein jagah nahi hai. And they think they need more cupboards instead of thinking they need lesser clothes. Keep on asking for more cupboards in the house. We didn't need more cupboards, we need lesser clothes to keep in those cupboards. Simplicity, sadgi. Simplicity of lifestyle also creates simplicity in thoughts. How much time goes wasted in the morning looking at what to wear? हाँ जी, फिर भी कुछ नहीं समझ में आता. अच्छा, आज सुबह कितनी देर लगाई? Because क्यों नहीं समझ में आता ना? The reason, because I'm looking for happiness in that. That is why. वो happiness है नहीं उस dress के अंदर. If you just look at, okay, what is the right dress to wear for this function? It will take like 10 seconds to pick out your dress. But if I look at कौन सी ज़्यादा अच्छी लगेगी, लोगों को कौन सी अच्छी लगेगी, मुझे अच्छा किसके लिए बोलेंगे, फिर मुझे खुशी, then obviously it takes time. And then when you choose also, then you say, no, but last time also in the same group I wore this, so now this time I should wear different. That's when it all takes time. No, because we are using that dress not for covering, but we are using that dress as a stimulus to achieve a lot of emotions which that dress doesn't have. So it is we who've complicated our thought processes. So everything that is physical is designed to give me physical, right? This chair is only designed to sitting comfortably. It doesn't mean I'm going to be happy sitting on that chair. It's not dependent on the chair. It depends on what I'm inside. You can go out today and buy a Mercedes and you'll think you are the happiest person in the world, and you sit in that car and you get one phone call. And everything disappears. The car is still there. The 30-40 lakhs that you spent on it is still there. It doesn't mean you don't buy the car. It just means don't buy it for happiness. Buy it for what the car is. Buy it the phone for what the phone is. Buy the objects for what. Don't buy them for happiness. Because if you keep buying them from happiness, you forget where happiness is. And then you say, सब कुछ मिल गया फिर भी खुशी नहीं है. Saturday सुबह आ रहे हैं, इकट्ठे हो रहे हैं to say how to be happy. सब कुछ पाने के बाद. So that's why we need to change the equation. So we are going to buy what we need, but not for happiness, for physical comfort. I need a good house, I need a good car, and I work hard for it. So I work hard, I earn, I buy. But I buy for comfort. Even when you give it to your child, you have to remember you're giving it to them to make their life comfortable physically. Emotional comfort, you have to do other things for them. But if we give them everything and then I say, मैंने अपने बच्चे को सब कुछ दिया, फिर भी वो खुश नहीं है, but वो सारी चीजें खुशी नहीं देने वाली थी. I sent my child to the best school. School doesn't give happiness. School gives education. School gives education and they're doing their part, they're giving the best education. So we said, I give this, I give this. What did I do for my children to give them emotional power? What have I done? And how can I give my child emotional strength? What would I need to do? How do you give somebody emotional strength? How do you strengthen the other soul? What would be the way? Of course, it can't be bought with money. That's fine, because it's energy. Energy cannot be bought with money. So how can I give energy to another person? I spend time with you, but I'm stressed. So it is in my head only. My energy is going to be in my mind only. So I'm sitting next to you for 2 hours, but I'm worried about something at work. I'm stressed about the meeting tomorrow. Someone said something to me, so I'm hurt inside. But I'm sitting with you for 2 hours. So 2 hours, what energy did I radiate to you? Negative. So I actually depleted you instead of energizing you. So if you have to ask yourself, why are my children not as emotionally strong as I used to be? And then we conveniently put the finger on the education and then we say, oh, there is a lot of stress in education, lot of No, that's not the reason. It is because their parents are not as emotionally strong as your parents used to be. Your parents never got stressed while parenting. We've all had more than 1 or 2 siblings. So if we just go 2-3 generations back, we talk of every family having 4 children, 5 children, 8 children, how many children? And yet, that era of parents never said parenting is stressful. And 5, 6, 8 children, when were they born, when they grew up, when they went to school, when they went to college, when they became a doctor, when they became an engineer. You ask the parent, which school is your child in? I don't remember the name. It was not there. The child was growing up in a very natural, organic manner. And today there's one child. And the parent is running around and around and around and around and around. And after doing that also. Why? Because they parented us with emotional strength. We are parenting them with power of money and resources. It's not going to work. We thought, oh, I did not get this, I want to give my children everything, which is very good. Give your children everything you did not get as a child, but also give them everything you got as a child, then that will be fine. But if you give them only everything you did not get, but don't give them what you got, then the result is not a very happy one right now. Especially in the children, high levels of mental health issues. And this is while they are still children, not yet seen the challenges of the world. Because you know why? We are making them more of this. But I'll even take. When we were kids and we had a birthday, we were taught to give on the birthday. Right? We will go somewhere, we will feed somebody, we will go this. Today the child first 1 month say, it's my birthday, what am I getting on my birthday? And then I want the power of money to have expensive parties, give everything, then very expensive gifts to all my friends. And there is no end to that. My friend did this, so I have to do more. There's no end to using power of money to try and get happiness. So the only way we are going to be able to give emotional strength to our children, there is only one way, and that way is to raise our own emotional power. You want to do that? You ready to do that? Yes. First, stop buying for happiness. Second, shift to a life of simplicity, because that will help you to create a right karma with nature. In the coming times, nature is going to give a lot of rebound of the karma that we have done. It has already started. Coming times is going to get a little tougher. We have created a karma. There is going to be a rebound of karma. At least now, let's course correction, change our karma. Start respecting and start caring for nature. That will help your own nature also to get sorted. Because these never-ending desires also reduce soul power. Never-ending desires reduce soul power. So shift to a lifestyle of simplicity. Then you will save a lot of money which can be used to giving happiness to others. Right, no? Yes. Third thing, always to remember that happiness is not an excitement. Happiness is my power to remain stable in every situation. In school, we were taught, write an essay on the happiest day of your life. And we wrote on the day when something good happened in our life. There itself, there was a programming that happened. When something good happens, I'm happy. When something good doesn't happen, I'm not happy. And so that created an emotional dependency which said, for me to be happy, everything outside should be fine. Everything outside is not going to be my way. Is my mind dependent on situations and people's behavior? Is my mind, my feeling, my emotion dependent on situations and people's behavior? Yes or no? Is my feeling dependent on situations and people's behavior? Check. Because that is where the biggest this is. When I live a life which says, I'm upset because of, I'm angry because of, I'm happy because of. It's not only the negative ones, even the good ones are because of something else. So which means everything that I'm creating here is because of, that is the biggest this. Where I say everything that I'm experiencing in my mind is because of what's happening outside. So the world needs to become perfect for me to be happy. The world is not going to be perfect. It is perfect, but not my way perfect. How many of you have a perfect spouse? You have a perfect spouse, perfect children? Yes? No? And they could be sitting on the next chair. And now we need to check whether they raise their hand and whether you raise their hand in their context. So, our definition of perfection is dependent on you should be perfect my way. Like, for example, you create this stage, you create this hall, you've put in your everything for the event, right? That is your effort, your hard work, your sincerity, your time, your money, everything. So obviously when you were creating it, you were doing your perfect, right? Yes or no? Anybody created, no, this is wrong, let's do it. Anybody does this? No. Everybody creates perfect things, but their definition of perfect will be dependent on. Now I can walk in and find 50 mistakes in this. Yes or no? ऐसे फूल ये वाले क्यों हैं, दूसरे होने चाहिए, कार्पेट ये वाला क्यों है, दूसरा होना चाहिए, कुर्सी ये क्यों है, दूसरी होनी चाहिए, पर्दा ये. How much time does it take to find mistakes? Am I right? I'm right? Why am I finding the mistakes? Because your perfect is different from my perfect. And our perfect will always be different from other people's perfect. And if I keep looking for mistakes in situations, in people, and in everything that everybody has done, I am writing a destiny of pain in my life. But if I just look at the whole hall and say, look at the effort, look at the care, look at the sincerity, look at the energy that has gone into this, I just start enjoying everything. But if I say, no, it should have been my way, because we thought my way is the highway. That's what we thought. My way is the right way. Everyone is perfect according to their sanskar, not according to our sanskar. And we are there with each other to do hand-holding, to help them to change their uncomfortable sanskars. But for that I have to accept them the way they are. And that is only possible when I stop becoming emotionally dependent on their behavior. So the biggest weakness right now is emotional dependency.